Hey, what's up? My name is Samuel Leeds. I'm a property investor. I've got quite a big property portfolio now. I've been investing in property for over 10 years. Can you believe it? And I've also trained tens of thousands of people also to invest successfully in property. So in this video, I wanted to talk about buy, refurbish, refinance, rent. This is a strategy that we call BRRR or BRRR, however you want to call it. And effectively, it's when you buy a house and rather than leaving your money in, rather than just buying a house, putting 25% deposit in, and then leaving your money in and getting a return on investment, with the BRRR strategy, buy, refurbish, refinance, rent, you want to buy the house, but you buy it cheap, and then you refurbish it, and you push the value up, and then you refinance it. Pull your money back out, and then rent it out. And the idea of it is that you take a small pot of money and instead of leaving it into a house, you put it in, take it out. Put it in, take it out, put it in, take it out as many times as you can to grow a property portfolio. So in this video, I want to explain how that works. I want to explain what the strategy is and then give you the pros and the cons for doing this strategy compared to just regular buy to let, where you leave your money in. So firstly, the great thing I love about this strategy is if you're a buy, refurbish, refinance buyer, you're not going to buy it traditionally with a mortgage. So you're not going to get a mortgage on the property combined with your deposit. You're going to use something called bridging finance. Bridging finance is a short-term loan that's usually specifically used to buy a property. And the reason it's called a bridging loan or bridging finance is because the purpose of it is to bridge the gap between you buying a house and getting a mortgage. So instead of thinking down the line of I'm going to just buy a house and get a mortgage, it's actually the opposite. You're going to buy a house with cash using a bridging finance loan, and then you're going to push the value up, and then you're going to get a mortgage. You're going to get a mortgage a few months after you've bought the house. And we call that kind of mortgage a remortgage. It's a refinance, same thing. And the reason it's called a remortgage is because you're doing it afterwards. So you're getting a mortgage afterwards instead of getting it upfront. So this only works, okay, if you can push the value of the property up. Because if you can't, it's completely pointless. If you buy a house for 100 grand with a bridging loan and some of your own money, and then you spend 20 grand on the property, and ultimately you've put in 120 now, but then the new value of the property is only 120. When you remortgage, you're going to get a 75% loan to value against that 120, which is pointless. However, if you buy a house for 100 grand, spend 20 grand doing it up, and then the new value is 150 or 160, because every time you've spent £1 on the refurb, you've pushed the value up by £3, which is what you need to do. Then when you refinance it, you're gonna all the money that you've got from the new mortgage, you're gonna be able to use on paying yourself back and paying back the bridging loan. So if you do it properly, the great thing about it is it means that you're gonna pull all your money out, and then what are you gonna do with that money? You're going to use that money again to buy another property, to buy another property, to use it to buy another property. So this is how rich people tend to grow their portfolios. Rather than working really hard, saving up a deposit and buying a house, saving up a deposit, buying a house. They don't work hard and save up money. What they do is they creatively finance their deals, doing things like buy, refurbish, refinance, rent. Another great thing about buy, refurbish, refinance, rent is because you're buying for cash / using a bridging loan, you can get the best kind of deals. Because if you're buying cash, property sellers like that. It's attractive. If you say, look, I'll buy the property, but I need to get a mortgage application. I need to get this and I need to get that. In their mind, they're thinking that could take time. But if you're saying, I'll buy it straight away with cash using a bridging loan, you're in a position where you can get a much cheaper property. Also, you're in a position where you can buy properties that are unmortgageable. So some properties, if they haven't got a kitchen or they haven't got a working bathroom, they're not really habitable, you can't get a mortgage on these properties because the banks won't lend on them. So if you buy those properties, you can get them so cheap with a bridging loan, buy them really cheap, then get a nice kitchen, get a nice bathroom, push the value up, refinance afterwards. It's a much smarter way to buy a property. So pros of doing this strategy are that you can use the same small pot of money again to grow your portfolio. So if you've got 50 grand, you could potentially build up a whole portfolio of 10, 15 houses if you played your cards right, rather than just putting it down in one house. So that's the obvious pro. The con is it's much harder work to firstly find the type of deal that's going to be able to work as a BRR deal, and secondly, you have to rely on builders, you have to make sure that you know what the end value is going to be, you have to be much smarter, you have to do more due diligence, so more time, effort, energy and knowledge is involved in doing a buy, refurbish, refinance versus just putting money into a straightforward buy-to-let. My advice would be, if you've got the time, if you've got the inclination, and if you want to grow your portfolio and expand your net worth, would be to learn the buy, refurbish, refinance strategy. I think it's a fabulous strategy. It's something that works very well now in 2020 because of the housing dip at the moment, properties are going down. We're in a position where we can get very cheap properties. People are very motivated, but banks are still lending. So the refinance at the end, there are a lot of lenders that are still lending. So I think it's a great strategy. I'd probably rate it a 9 out of 10 in strategies. Let me know what you think below in the comments of buy, refurbish, refinance, rent as a property investment strategy. If you've got any questions or thoughts, comment them in the description below. I'm gonna do another video soon explaining a different property investment strategy. Comment what strategy you wanna hear about next. If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to subscribe. I'm gonna be doing a load more videos like this with other strategies, so please do subscribe, turn the notification bell on. Also, if you wanna learn more about this strategy, if you're like, I want to learn about buy, refurbish, refinance, rent, and I've given you enough information to get you thinking and open your mind, but you want to actually do it, then I would like to invite you to a training session I'm going to be running. It is completely free and it's online. It's an online webinar about buy, refurbish, refinance, rent. So in the description box below, I'm going to leave a little link. And if you click on the link, there'll either be an upcoming webinar, or if there's not, you can leave your details. And then the next time we're running one, you will be the first to know when we're going to be running a free advanced training session on this strategy. Don't forget to subscribe right here. Subscribe, turn the notification bell on. If you want to learn more about HMOs, you can click on this video right here, where you can learn how to rent out your property for maximum rent. And I'll see you next time.